Hello and good afternoon, it's Phil Thatch and I'm here at the trailhead for Middle Creek Falls, where Middle Creek runs down just on the other side of those woods. There is the Tennessee River, but I'm here and I've brought a little bit different gear. I've got my Nikon Z50 and both kit lenses, and I'm making video right now with my X-T3 and the 16mm lens, and I've also brought my Tokina 100mm macro lens. So just I'm all over the place. I might do some macro shots with the Fuji camera and maybe some waterfall shots and landscape shots with the Z50. But we're gonna get started. I woke up late today. I really should have been here at right around sunrise, but here it is, early afternoon, and we got Simpsons clouds up there in the sky, so sometimes it's bright and sunny, and sometimes, like just now during this clip, I think a cloud has come over. So hopefully I can catch a cloud when I'm at the waterfall and maybe catch some bright sun if I'm doing macro photos of flowers. So that's kind of the plan. Heather and I have a live stream tonight. She's working from home right now, and so I don't want to get too exhausted during this, but anyway, let's get started. Last time I was here, the water was flowing like crazy, and even though we did have some rain yesterday, it's pretty light flow right now. Still very pretty though. Very, very pretty place. It's amazing to me how much different this place looks with different amounts of water flow. I've been here when it was just barely a trickle, and I've been here when the flow goes all the way to that hill over there and all the way to that hill over there, just rushing and people kayaking down this thing. I kind of like this amount of flow right here. This is really nice, really beautiful. I set my camera up right here, kind of in the creek, the Z50 with the 50 to 250, and at 50mm I took a shot, just really tight shot of that little spill and this little part coming down here. I used ISO 100 f/22, no filters, and 1/2 a second. And I think I may put a filter on and do the same shot again. I put on the 5-stop neutral density filter that also has a built-in circular polarizer, trying to get the f-stop to be something less than f/22, but I lost my cloud and it only opened me up to f/20. But I made 2 more shots of that. I kind of changed the composition for one of them, so we'll see what those look like now. I did put the filter on and do this with the filter, but during that I got a lot of bright sunshine. The cloud that I had for this photo I'm showing you went away, so the only one of the shots that I really liked of this little spill was the filterless f/22 shot at 1/2 a second, and here it is, and I kind of like it. I learned on my last trip here that taking the high road is almost always the best way, but I think I may have gone too high. Holy crap, I've climbed up the side of this mountain and I'm a long way from the creek, but hopefully I'll avoid the hardest parts. Whew, I'm a little winded. I was really hoping to encounter some wildflowers on the trail, but so far no luck, and I'm definitely in uncharted territory now for me. There's trail up here that I've never been on, and I think I'm actually going past Middle Creek Falls way down below, but that's kind of bad news because it's such a beautiful waterfall, but I've already photographed it numerous times, so maybe I can discover something new to photograph while I'm up here. Yeah, I'm about to come out at something. Ooh, it's rocky, and easy to stumble on. Yeah, the trail goes down right here. All right, so there it is. The hardest quarter mile in Chattanooga area hiking, but darn well worth it. Look at that beautiful triple waterfall. The funny thing is, it's not Middle Creek. The falls itself is a tributary of Middle Creek, and it falls on that triple falls you're seeing now into Middle Creek. So it could possibly be misnamed, but I don't care. It's fantastic. some of it's in bright sun right now and some of it's in hard shadows, so I'm going to need a cloud. But I'm going to go ahead and get set up. I'm going to take the X-T3 off of the tripod where it sits now and put the Z50 on and get composed, and hopefully I'll catch that cloud. There's a couple of hikers down there, but they are far enough in the foreground to where I don't think they're going to be in the shot at all. I've got the 16 to 50 kit lens on right now, shooting it right around 40 millimeters, half a second, f13 ISO 100, and I'm just waiting to get a cloud so the whole waterfall will be the same brightness. And if I can get that and those boys will get the hell out of the way, then I might get a cool shot. Or I might get them to wave their arms and have them in the shot. One of the two. But, and look at my 77 millimeter filter adapter to make my standard size filters fit on that tiny lens, so I don't have to buy a whole nother set of filters. I stayed at that area for a pretty good while, switching back and forth between video and photography, and the one time that I got a cloud that shaded that rock at the bottom right hand side of the frame was while I was making this slow motion video clip. After that, I climbed down and stood on that rock. Alright, I got a location change for you now. I couldn't get a shot without sun all over this boulder, so I came down to the boulder and I brought out my ultra wide DX lens, which this is the Takina 11-16 on the FTZ. Now it's manual focus on a Z mount camera, but it doesn't matter, it works great, and the 77 millimeter filter fits it exactly right. So I'm using that same filter on 3 different lenses with 2 adapters and 1 perfect fit. But there it is, Middle Creek Falls, the triple fall, in all its splendor. I'm getting the positive ions coming off of it with the mist. It's absolutely beautiful. So this is the DX or APS-C ultra wide shot. I've made this photograph with my 14 millimeter lens on my Nikon Z6, but this is the first time trying out the Takina 11-16 from this vantage point, and it's just beautiful making the photograph right here, just right on top of this waterfall, taking advantage of using an ultra wide lens, and it fills the entire frame top to bottom, side to side with beautiful waterfall. Well, I came down here to the bottom and made some wide angle shots with that 11-16 lens, and then the family came down and started playing here, and I got one picture that may or may not come out good with a young man standing right in the waterfall. He didn't move during the whole, I think, nearly 2-second exposure, so we'll see how that goes. Now I'm going to hike on out of here. You know, Brendan Vanson is one of my favorite YouTube photographers, and one of the things he does is he will put a person in his frame to kind of show the scale of things. And this young man just kind of stood there, and he stood still and was just enjoying having that waterfall pouring down near him. And I snapped this 2-second exposure. I had it all the way up to 2 seconds to try to smooth out the water in the bottom left foreground. And I think it makes the waterfall look pretty good. I usually like a little bit shorter exposure on a waterfall. And the young man stood almost perfectly still during the entire 2 seconds. And I think this is probably my favorite photograph of the entire video. Whew. Well, I'm almost back down now to where the trail gets easy. It's actually pretty easy starting about right up there, really. But after that, going out, or before that, coming back, it is really, really tough. Like I say, this is the most people I've ever seen up here. A lot of kids swimming and stuff. And of course, this is also kind of the worst time of day I've ever been. Usually I come right at sunrise. But beautiful place, and I can't wait to come back in the fall. And I might come back, if there's ever a foggy morning, I might come back one more time in the summer. But it was fun shooting with the Nikon Z50 today. It's such a wonderful platform for landscape photography because the 2 kit lenses, you got 24 to 375 with them, and you don't need a wide aperture for landscape. And they're super tiny, easy to carry. I was able to carry both of those, all my filters, tons and tons of extra batteries, a screwdriver, pair of glasses, microphones, my X-T3 vlogging camera, and a Nikon adapter for the X-T3 and a f2.8 macro lens, all in my smallest bag, which I couldn't carry anywhere near that if I had the Z6. The lenses are just bigger. The camera's not that much bigger, but the lenses are much, much bigger. And I think that's probably going to be the case to a lesser extent with the X-T3. So we will see how that is. But gosh, I like the X-T3 for video. It does really well for that, so I'm carrying it sometimes instead of my little Canon EOS M50. Some people say EOS. Probably most people say EOS. But anyway, thanks a bunch for watching. I really appreciate it. I got to get home and get cleaned up and rested up because Heather and I are going live at 6 o'clock tonight, and it's 2:30 right now, and I've got a 45-minute drive home. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see some more, subscribe and hit the notification bell. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.